Following the intense face-off between Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol, boxing professionals have been out to make their picks ahead of the fight on June 1st.
No. Not 50-50. One, Beterbiev is 38 years old. Beterbiev has been down.
Yes.
Bivol never been down. Bivol been in there with who at the time was pound the best, which was Canelo Alvarez. Made him look like nothing. So I'm not saying it's 50-50. Beterbiev got everything.
It's one of the most anticipated matches in recent boxing history. And all that these professionals needed to react was a confirmation, and they got that today.
Victory to become undisputed. And I have to say that I think Dmitry Bivol may be pound for pound number one. I mean, this guy is so good. For so many times, for so long, people have been telling me this guy is the real deal. And he's just been looking for the opportunities. Obviously, the victory against Canelo Alvarez, incredible, pound for pound number one. But that victory...
Both boxers are equally good, and many professionals had a hard time picking a favorite.
Beterbiev, who presents the more difficult fight?
I think probably Beterbiev.
Yeah.
Because he's 15-0, 15 knockouts.
The biggest challenge for you?
Oh, Beterbiev.
Beterbiev?
Yeah,
why is that?
Of course. Because he's a champion. He has something to offer me. He's strong. He's another way. He's a lot of things.
Let's get in. Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol came head-to-head in London some hours ago to formalize their fight in Saudi Arabia on June 1st, 2024. The Russian light heavyweight champions were respectful, although you could sense an edge in the air between the longtime rivals who meet in one of the best fights that can be made in the sport. The fight, which many fans consider the best in boxing, has been eagerly anticipated for several years, though few truly believed it would ever come to fruition. The pair have been on this collision course to face each other for years, but now they're set to meet in a huge fight. Going into the match, Beterbiev holds the World Boxing Council, International Boxing Federation, and World Boxing Organization titles at 175 pounds, beating the likes of Brit stars Anthony Yarde and Callum Smith on the way. Bivol is the WAD Boxing Association title holder and is best known for handing Canelo Alvarez the second loss of his career 2 years ago. The card is also set to feature a huge 5-on-5 bill of fights between the two biggest promoters in the UK. Eddie Hearn of Matchroom and Frank Warren of Queensberry Promotions will pit 5 fighters each from their respective stables against each other at different weight classes. Those fights will instead include Deontay Wilder's return to the ring against Zhilei Zhang and Daniel Dubois versus Filip Hrgovic. Expectedly, after the face-off in London and with the match now completely full, boxing professionals were quick to react to the matchup. And beyond mere reactions, they gave their picks and predictions as well. Roy Jones Jr. had a very straight comment to give. He said, no, not 50-50. 1, Beterbiev is 38 years old. Beterbiev has been down. Bivol hasn't been down. Beterbiev got everything to show me to bring back the 50-50. Bivol has the advantage now, and it's 60-40. It's a great fight. If it's 50-50, it's because of his puncher power. Maybe he may land...
No.
No.
Not 50-50. One, Beterbiev is 38 years old. Beterbiev has been down.
Yes.
Bivol never been down. Bivol been in there with who at the time was pound the best, which was Canelo Alvarez. Made him look like nothing. So I'm not saying it's 50-50. Beterbiev got everything, but he also has been down. So it's like when I look at that, I always look at stuff from where I used to see things standpoint.
Yeah.
And the way I saw it, if somebody else knocked you down, I got to get you down. You understand me? Now, that's a hell of a punch to walk through to get him down, though.
Canelo Alvarez, whose second defeat in over 60 matches came from Dmitry Bivol, was one of the very first to make his prediction. Canelo Alvarez has a match scheduled for May 4th, however. He has experienced more distractions ahead of his bout from someone else other than his next opponent. While his match with David Benavidez has been anticipated for years, Canelo Alvarez, amidst the chaos, seems to have called it off after several issues regarding a rehydration clause didn't sit so well with him. Now, taking a moment off that controversy, Canelo Alvarez gave his bold prediction ahead of the fight between Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol. When asked about his prediction, he wasn't hesitant to predict the winner and name his pick. For someone like Canelo Alvarez, who was a direct victim of Dmitry Bivol, while only suffering 2 defeats during his career, his first defeat from Floyd Mayweather Jr. and his second from Dmitry Bivol, it wasn't so difficult to rate Bivol more highly than Beterbiev. Responding, he said, Bivol is the better fighter and he'll win. Beterbiev is good as well, but I'm sure Bivol will win. I picked him. Canelo Alvarez's prediction came after he had earlier appreciated and shown more preference for the second person to give him a defeat throughout his impressive career. It was like he hadn't changed his mind over the years and had almost the same words to say about Dmitry Bivol. Once Canelo, caught up in high praises of Bivol, was unhesitant to reveal how he was better than other fighters in the division, including Dmitry Beterbiev. Heading into the fight week of the Canelo Alvarez versus Dmitry Bivol fight, people were quite dismissive of Bivol. Looking at how the 31-year-old fights and his resume up to this point, it's nothing to sneeze at. Bivol went 268, 15 as an amateur, won 2 world championships, and won a bronze medal at the 2008 AIBA Youth World Boxing Championships. Since turning professional, Bivol is 19, 0 with 11 knockouts, and has defended his WBA belt 6 consecutive times. Yet, according to BetMGM, those statistics were thrown out the window, as Bivol was a significant underdog to retain his title. However, Alvarez didn't believe in what the odds makers and the majority of the public were about Bivol, in that he's nothing more than a speed bump on the road to immortality. With a deadly severe stare and tone, like one who had foreseen the second defeat of his career in the hands of this underdog, Alvarez said he believed Bivol was the best light heavyweight in boxing, not unified titleist Artur Beterbiev. I think he's a better boxer. He has more skills than Beterbiev, Alvarez said. Beterbiev is a really good fighter, strong, always going forward, but I think Bivol is a really good fighter with a lot of experience. Alvarez made the jaunt up to 175 pounds for the second time. Previously, Alvarez scored an 11th round knockout win over Sergey Kovalev in November 2019 to capture the WBO strap. Bivol, however, proved he wasn't Kovalev, though. Bivol does not have the power of Kovalev or the feats, but he's got a couple of things that separates them. Bivol is a southpaw with an excellent jab, is a great defensive fighter, is more patient, and has a more substantial amateur pedigree. On paper, going into the match, he was one of Alvarez's most demanding tests to date overall, and his most significant threat since the 2 Golovkin fights in 2017 and 2018. While not many understand how good Bivol is, Alvarez did understand and knew this journey to light heavyweight will be more challenging than the first time around over 2.5 years ago. The fighter Bivol is different. Alvarez told DAZN, "The fighter Bivol brings more challenges for me. With Kovalev, I feel different. I became heavy, stronger, but with Dmitry Bivol, it is going to be more difficult because he's strong, young, he's a really good fighter. It must be delightful for Bivol to know he's highly admired by the man who's achieved legendary status even while his career is still very much alive." Famous British promoter Eddie Hearn and chairman of Matchroom Sport and Professional Darts Corporation also revealed his predictions ahead of the bout that'll be held in Saudi Arabia on June 1st. It must be recalled that Eddie Hearn's promotional team are the ones promoting Dmitry Bivol, being one of their signatures. Though Eddie Hearn was hardly involved in a boxing match of his own, as he was never a professional boxer, his analysis of the sport is quite satisfactory, owing to his years of experience dealing with several boxers and being heavily involved in their activities. And for the upcoming match between the 2 Russians, Hearn said, Bivol, I pick Bivol. Take nothing from Beterbiev, he's a great fighter, but Bivol wins on the day." Interestingly, Eddie Hearn had initially made his pick many months ago, even before the official announcement of the bout. Before the fight between Beterbiev and Smith, Eddie Hearn spoke to Boxing News, where he discussed negotiations for Beterbiev versus Bivol. "When we did the deal in Saudi Arabia with His Excellency, the plan was for Dmitry Bivol to fight for the undisputed fight. A fight that they like is Beterbiev against Bivol." He added, "From our point of view with Bivol, he's already signed to fight Artur Beterbiev." Immediately following the fight, the Montreal resident confirmed he wanted the Bivol fight, and Bob Arum said the fight would happen approximately 3 months after Ramadan, meaning it wouldn't come until June or July, which is the earliest we could see this monster fight. When he was asked to make his pick back then, he said, in his interview with Boxing Social, Hearn discussed Beterbiev versus Bivol. "I do believe Dmitry beats him, but it's a real 50-50 fight." He continued, "Bivol's movement is outstanding, and I think Beterbiev will really struggle with that, but you have to have the power to hurt him, Beterbiev, and if you don't, your movement has got to be so good and so precise." Hearn also said, Beterbiev's power is freakish. Following the comment on his power, He mentioned that Callum Smith spent too much time on the ropes and followed that by saying, Bivol won't be there. His feet are very, very good. It's a brilliant fight, one of the best fights in boxing, and hopefully we can get it over the line. And just some hours ago, after the match was eventually fixed and after the face-off, Eddie Hearn commented on the official announcement of the fight between Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol. We have organized, as far as I'm concerned, the best fight in boxing. The odds are 50-50. It's an incredible moment for the sport. Two incredible fighters and champions. Artur Beterbiev has beaten Anthony Yarde, Callum Jones, and Callum Smith. Bivol has beaten Craig Richards and Lyndon Arthur. And I think he has an exceptional mindset in the ring. And he will benefit from it in a fight with one of the most dangerous people in the sport, said the functionary. And on another occasion, when Eddie Hearn was asked about his opinion on the debate regarding who was better between Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev, he heaped high praise on Dmitry Bivol, describing the Russian as the best light heavyweight on the planet. Hearn was also full of praise for Bivol's national rival Artur Beterbiev. However, he was of little doubt when asked who he thought the best in the division was. Speaking on the DAZN boxing show, Hearn said, "Make no mistake, the best 175-pounder in the world right now is Dmitry Bivol. Unquestionable. It's a tremendous fight. I rate Artur Beterbiev highly. He's so exciting." The lineal heavyweight champion of the world, Tyson Fury, also made his picks and predictions known ahead of the fight. According to him, Beterbiev was the one he felt had the higher chance of winning, though Dmitry Bivol doesn't look too distant. He felt both men stand great chances, and the better one on the day would win, and he believed the better one, come June 1st, would be Beterbiev. He said, "They're both great fighters, I must say, and the better one on the day wins. The one who's got a good day wins easily, but I feel Beterbiev will become undisputed. He's got the power, and that matters a lot." While Tyson Fury sounded quite calm about both fighters, it wasn't the same feeling he had the last time he had to call them out. It came after his younger brother, Tommy Fury's, won over KSI by unanimous decision. Ultimately, even though Tommy Fury did win, he disappointed many fans with his performance. But one man who wasn't was his older brother, the lineal heavyweight champion of the world, who celebrated all that Tommy has achieved. The fact that Tommy made $10 million for this fight, he's 24 years old, probably made $25 to $26 million in his 10-fight career, it's unbelievable, Tyson Fury told an interviewer on a podcast. "I'm very, very proud of where he's come from. In 2018, Tommy didn't have $10 for a bus pass. Today, Tommy's got a hell of a lot of money, millions of dollars in his account, so I'm very proud of him. He can buy what he wants, got a $5 million mansion, G-Wagons, Lambos, Rolexes. The guy is flying." To Tyson Fury's point, Tommy has carved out a nice little career in influencer boxing. At one point, a lightly regarded professional boxer best known for being half-brother to Tyson Fury, and for his stint on the reality television program Love Island, the younger Fury has now beaten Jake Paul and KSI, the godfathers of influencer boxing, in back-to-back fights that have drawn enormous public interest. More than that though, per Tyson Fury, they've also drawn new eyeballs to boxing. Regardless of the fights, these fights he's had with Jake Paul and whoever else, it's show business, Fury said. These fights, KSI, Jake Paul, Logan Paul, Dylan Dennis, whoever these influencers are, this is show business. This is bringing millions of eyes to the boxing world, and the boxing world should be very appreciative of it. They could have picked any sport to train for. They could have picked MMA, and MMA would have got all the views and all the eyes. So I'm happy that all these guys are coming to boxing, my chosen sport, and that they're bringing new fans, young kids, young girls, young boys, and families. It was crazy the amount of people there the other night that were full families, kids. I never see young people at boxing events, so it's a new crowd, and I'm very, very happy that these people are bringing them in, and I hope they do loads more fights. Tommy as well. Despite the interest, influencer boxing remains a divisive piece of the combat sports landscape. Many fans of traditional boxing dismiss the entire thing as a gimmick and malign the fact that fighters of relatively low acumen are headlining events and making millions of dollars. But Fury argues that's really the sign of success in this sport. He continued, "Whoever the cruiserweight world champion is, WBC, WBA, whoever they are, they would be over the moon to fight Tommy for their title. Fury said. "I know who the light heavyweight champions are, Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev. They're not making the amount of money that Tommy's making. They would be honored to fight Tommy for their belts. This game is called prize fighting. We fight for a big prize. Regardless of how you're getting this prize or who you've got to fight to get it, the ultimate aim is to get the prize, and Tommy has been doing that." So whether people want to slate his performance or say it was fantastic, either way it doesn't really matter because he got paid and he moves on to the next one. One might think Tyson Fury was overestimating his brother's capacity by comparing him to the world champions in Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol. And truly, when comparing the financial rewards of Tommy Fury's bouts with those of Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol, Tommy Fury has been performing better. In his most recent title bout, Artur Beterbiev maintained his 100% knockout record as a professional by stopping Anthony Yarde in 8 thrilling rounds to defend his 3 world light heavyweight titles. The Beterbiev vs. Yarde event featured a professional bout between Beterbiev and Yarde, as the event's name suggested. There, Beterbiev defended his unified International Boxing Federation, World Boxing Corporation, and World Boxing Organization light heavyweight title against the English professional Yarde. The event also featured 2 more title bouts. Another important one was the co-main event. There, Artem Dalakian fought David Jimenez with the World Boxing Association flyweight title on the line. The title bout from the Beterbiev vs. Yarde professional boxing event announced a $1.5 million purse. However, additional purse pool information on the rest of the event was not publicly disclosed. However, the purse pool for the main card fight between Artur Beterbiev and Anthony Yarde has been confirmed to be around $800,000. Artur Beterbiev is the current unified IBF, WBC, and WBO light heavyweight champion. Beterbiev reportedly earned a $500,000 guaranteed purse from the upcoming title defense bout against Anthony Yarde. In addition, he earned extra through the sponsor's Fight Week incentive. However, as the event was not a PPV exclusive one, there was no additional reward through PPV share. Therefore, he was said to have earned around $550,000 in total from the upcoming bout. Light heavyweight professional Anthony Yarde is widely known as the Beast from the East. He also previously held the WBO Intercontinental Light Heavyweight title. From the upcoming title challenge fight, Yarde earned a $350,000 guaranteed purse. There was no additional income through Fight Week incentives from sponsors like his opponent. His initial income was said to be around $360,000 from the upcoming bout. However, if he managed to capture the win, his income would have exceeded $400,000 in one night. At present, Anthony Yarde's net worth is around $5 million. His current highest income from one event is about $500,000. On the other hand, Tommy Fury, according to his brother, earned about $10 million from his fight against KSI, a staggering amount of money when compared to that of Beterbiev. The long-awaited Artur Beterbiev-Dmitry Bivol Undisputed Light Heavyweight Championship fight is set for June 1st in Saudi Arabia. The kingdom's chairman of General Entertainment Authority, Turki Al-Sheikh, announced Saturday on the MMA Hour. Beterbiev, the WBO, WBC, and IBF champion at 175 pounds, is ESPN's #1 ranked light heavyweight and no 7 pound-for-pound boxer. Bivol, who owns a victory over boxing's top star Canelo Alvarez, holds the WBA title. And Bivol has fought 22 bouts in his successful career and has won all 22 fights with 11 knockout victories, and is also ESPN's #2 ranked light heavyweight and pound-for-pound boxer. Al-Sheikh said the previously announced series of 5 fights between Eddie Hearn's Matchroom Boxing Stable and Frank Warren's Queensberry Promotions will take place on the undercard. Beterbiev, 39, and Bivol, 33, both hail from Russia, though Beterbiev now lives in Quebec. That's where he returned last month with a 7th-round TKO victory over former super middleweight champion Callum Smith, a win that kept him on a collision course with Bivol. The victory came in Beterbiev's first action since January 2023, when he scored a 7th-round TKO over Anthony Yarde. Beterbiev is boxing's only champion with a 100% knockout ratio. Bivol, though, owns the most impressive win between the pair with his May 2022 decision victory over Alvarez. It was a dominant performance that displayed Bivol's elite jab, footwork, and ring IQ. Beterbiev also possesses an excellent jab and is arguably boxing's most dangerous picker. The matchup is among the most anticipated in the history of the light heavyweight division and presents a fascinating clash of styles. Bivol is a classical boxer, Beterbiev is a boxer-puncher. Bivol's last fight came in December in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, where he scored a shutout decision over Lyndon Arthur. Upon the confirmation of the matchup, Bivol thanked Beterbiev and his team and his promoters, Top Rank, for taking the fight, and the Saudi power brokers who were on hand to witness the media conference. "It's a great fight not only for me, but for boxing fans," said Bivol. "Saudi Arabia will make this fight, and thank you for this. When I signed a contract to be a pro boxer, I had a goal to be the undisputed champion." Bivol said his 2022 victory over Canelo Alvarez was his ticket to big fights, and now he has the fight he has most craved. "I'm happy I have a fight on June 1st for all of the belts." Asked about his thoughts specifically on Beterbiev and whether he was his most dangerous opponent to date, the WBA champion said, "Everyone, when I'm in training camp, I think the opponent is the most dangerous in the world. This helps me focus in my camp. Of course he is dangerous. It makes me more excited to fight this guy because I love challenges. I love to be tested, and it's a huge test for me." Bivol was confident his skills would be the difference. Beterbiev, a man of few words and the WBC, WBO, and IBF champion, said, "I'm happy to be here. It's not the first time. I see another belt. I'm collecting belts and I need one more." Which of the Russians wins on June 1st? Let us know your pick in the comment section. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel.